Hello, in this video I will show you how to restring a charango, which is a South American instrument. This one is made with an armadillo shell, but the professional ones are usually now made with a wood back. It gets nylon strings similar to a mandolin, and I was attempting to tune one day my charango and I broke a string, and I thought that I wasn't going to be able to restring it because, as you can see, the bridge, the strings go in and it's not apparent how you can remove them. Like a guitar, you can remove a peg and release the string. These have double strings, and it turns out that the strings are tied in a knot underneath inside the charango, so you have to loosen them from the top and push the string out. I'll show you that. I left this last string on here. You start by loosening your string. You have to loosen both before you can. The string's going to be either twisted around or knotted, so I like to just twist it around twice. There we go. So then, to take the string off the metal bar on the tuning peg, just unscrew it one more time and you should be able to slide right out. It helps to clean it off while you got the strings off, because you usually can't get in there when the strings are on. You can dust it, wipe it clean, wash it with a damp cloth, and then for your strings, this is the tricky part. You got two strings coming out of the bridge. Hold both strings together and push it down. Feed it into the center, into the body, and you'll see it come through the hole. It should come through unless it goes backwards. You could reach in and grab it, or you could use a pair of pliers when the other strings are on. You might need a pair of pliers to grab it. Carefully pull it through, just like that, and you can see right here it's got a nice knot, or actually a few knots, and that's what holds it in the bridge. On the inside, the knot is in between the two holes and the strings are coming through. So the strings I bought aren't the same as what came with the charango, but they are made for the charango. It's labella charango strings, and you'll notice this is how the strings are numbered: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They tell you those are just the note numbers, I guess the octave number for the notes, and they come in envelopes just so you can understand what this means. It took me just a minute to figure this out. 1, 2, those are the first two strings. 1, 2. That's both of the high E strings that would be furthest away from you or facing down while you're playing. You got 3, 4, 3, 4, the next set. They're both equal. 5, 6 are an octave apart. They're both E's, or mi in Spanish. 7, 8, just counting down. 9, 10. So in Spanish it would be mi would be E, la would be A, Me would be E again. Do. No, do is C, sol is G. So it's G, C, E, A, E. Hopefully that helps you understand a little bit. You want to make sure that you keep them in the envelope until you're ready, just so that you can not get confused there. And guess we'll start with number 1 and 2. Is feed them through the holes. Make sure you got the right hole. They're both the same. You feed them through till you can see them on the inside. Grab them both. Now each string you have to knot. You knot it by twisting it around. You can twist it around your finger or just make a circle or a loop with it. You want to put one in the center of the loop. Slide the loop all the way to the end. Leave a little bit of space so that it doesn't fall off. Here's the next one. Did the same thing. Loop it around, pull it tight. Then you take the two of them together. Okay. Put them side by side. Loop them both around. Put both knots through your loop, and you want to snug that up right up against the knots. If you need to, you could put a pin inside your knot to help snug it down. You pull on it until it gets up to your knots. Okay, then you slide it back through. Okay. You put it into your tuning peg through the hole on the bar. You can turn it a little bit to face the direction to make it easier to put it through. Okay, you tighten it up a little bit, give yourself some slack to work with. And I'm just going to do it the way it was. Just twist it around a couple times. And then to tighten it, you can tune it later, just get it tight enough to hold in place for now. Maybe you could just tie a knot here instead. Okay, so put the rest of your strings on. And then your E strings are going to be, your middle third string is going to be 2 different octaves of E. So they look to be the same size string. And because there's not much space left, you should probably put on the next two strings through the bridge before you put them on your tuning pegs. So once you get your strings all tightened up some, and you're sure that they're wound around a couple times so that they won't come loose on you, you can cut the excess string on all the strings. Just cut the excess off so they're not in the way anymore. And then the next task, which can be the most difficult part for some, is going to be tuning. And it's best to go by, if you have a tuner or use an online tuner. The first strings, which are the highest strings, are high E, which is 659.26 hertz, which sounds like that. So you want to this is an A. The third and fourth strings are A, which is 440 hertz. That's concert A. For the fifth string is E at 329.63 hertz. That's the lower E. Okay. This is what it sounds like. And then the sixth string is back to the higher E again, which is the same as the first and second strings. So that's the sixth string. That's the 659.26 hertz. And the seventh and eighth strings are C. That's the C. That's 523.25 hertz. So that's C. So that's for the seventh and eighth strings. And then the last two strings, ninth and tenth strings, are G. That's the G. That's at 392 hertz. That's the bottom two strings. So, okay, so I have it in tune, and I wanted to give you an idea of what the notes sound like so you can tune it. Here's the G. Might be slightly out of tune, but you got that. You can get close to it and fine tune it yourself. There's the G. And then you got the C. And then you got the E, high E, and low E. That high E keeps going out of tune because the strings are new. These nylon strings will keep going flat until they get stretched out for a while. So there's the high E, there's the low E. And then there's the A, concert A. And then there's your high E again. So that note, you can use the two first strings. You can use to tune your high E in the middle. The third, or that'd be the fourth. 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth string, technically. So. And you can hear a little chord. that's pretty much of what it's going to sound like when it's in tune. Okay, and you can find a video online probably where someone could show you how to tune it, just so you can get it more exact, or you could use a tuner online or maybe a piano or something to tune it. Hope that helps.